So, in case you haven't heard by now, we are getting a sequel to the Transformers My Little Pony Friendship in Disguise crossover from last year called Friendship in Disguise 2, scheduled for release this April. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering why we're getting a sequel so soon. Well, originally, the first crossover was supposed to come out around late spring, early summer, mainly around mid-May, early June originally. But thanks to COVID and the pandemic, delaying a lot of stuff, the crossover itself, was not immune, and it ended up being delayed till later on in the year. Now, the question is, though, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are wondering, in case they don't know, what is the sequel going to be about? Well, the sequel is actually going to do something that I'm sure a lot of us expected it to do. It's going to reverse the roles. So instead of the Transformers, going over to Equestria, you're going to have the ponies going over to Cybertron. But why is this happening? Why is this occurring? Well, according to one of the solicits, probably the most recent one, the Decepticons try to use a modified space bridge to bring the magic of Equestria over to Cybertron to utilize it. However, by doing so, they accidentally, unleash an ancient evil within Equestria that I guess been buried away, sealed away for thousands of years. And by basically trying to attempt to bring the magic of Equestria over to Cybertron, they end up, releasing this ancient evil. Now, according to the first solicits and synopsis that came out a couple of weeks ago, it basically describes it, as I get my glasses here, it basically describes it, let's see, as a primary evil that threatens to destroy both worlds. And that while friendship is indeed magic, while confronting ancient evil, you're probably going to want a few robots that can transform into fighter jets on your side. Fighter jets, car vehicles, whatever the case may be. But that right there was basically what the first synopsis described the threat, the antagonist, the villain of this new crossover, this sequel, is going to be like. Now, the bigger question, though, that I'm sure a lot of fans want to know that enjoyed the first crossover like I did, is what kind of story format are we going to be going with here? Or are they going to go with here? Are we going to get what we got last time, which is a 2-story per issue format? Or are we going to get a one story per issue format? And that is a good question. Now, I can understand that when they did the 2-story per issue format, that of course it's because MLP is originally targeted at younger kids, and younger kids, obviously, in the eyes of those that, work at Hasbro and IDW, but mostly at Hasbro, probably figure that, kids don't have, too long of an attention span, and that reading a full 24-page story will bore them or something like that. So shortening it up might work, in that, might work to their advantage, to their favor. And I'm not saying that it didn't diminish any of what we got out of the crossover. I thought the crossover was great. Obviously, all the stories did interconnect. There wasn't no discontinuity, if you will. There was a connection, one story referencing or acknowledging the other or something like that. So, it did its job, and I thought it was, and I thought it was fair, and I thought, it was done fairly well, is what I'm trying to say. But in this case, when they talk about an ancient evil, a primary evil, and the fact that it's all taking place on Cybertron this time, I'm assuming we're probably going to end up going the one story per issue format, not the 2-story per issue deal. Because, again, if you're bringing in an ancient evil that's going to threaten to destroy both worlds, then yeah, I think the 1-story per issue format's probably the best direction to go in. Now, I'm not saying that's an official decision that they've made. We'll find out more as time goes on. But I think that's the most likely case scenario, most likely direction for them to head into if they want to build upon the success of the first crossover. And obviously, they probably would have expected some people to kind of say that the one criticism, or kind of talk about the one criticism they had with the first crossover was the two-story format. So I'm guessing, upon expecting that to be the one of the main criticisms they would get, they're probably going to go the one-story format here. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that's entirely true. They could go the two-story format like last time, and maybe extend the stories by a page or two to really work off each other a little bit better, give more time and room for character development and story development. But we'll see. I'm assuming though, they're gonna probably go the one story format this time around. Now, the one thing that Equestria Daily did report is there is no information yet whether or not this will be a weekly deal like last time was scheduled to be originally, or if it's going to be a monthly deal. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I thought the last one was good. I thought they did a decent job on it, despite the two-story format deal per issue. And I thought, again, as I said in the review, I really enjoyed it. And I'm definitely looking forward to this one to see what they improve on, how they make this one probably a little bit better, maybe a little bit more darker, maybe more dramatic at times, more adventurous. I can't wait to see what they pull out for this one, basically what I'm trying to say. So overall, really looking forward to it. Again, it's scheduled to come out around April. Again, we'll get more information as time goes on. Those are the covers for the first issue. And yeah, they look really good. So it's going to be, like I said, an interesting ride, going forward as we head into April with this upcoming sequel to the very popular hit crossover from last year. But let me know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to the sequel of Friendship in Disguise, known as Friendship in Disguise 2? Do you think we're still going to have a two-story per issue format, or do you think they're going to go the one-story route? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.